Hi, this is Paul Suffolk for AM/FM Magazine. We are here in Bedford, Texas at Look Cinemas for the premiere of The Senior, starring Michael Chiklis. This is an incredible true story about a 59-year-old who went back to play college ball. And yes, it really happened. We've got some amazing people here on the red carpet we're going to talk to and get you some inspiration. We're going for it. Well, we are so honored to have you here in town. We've already seen the movie. It's great, and you're so fantastic in it. But it's amazing how much you kind of look and sound and feel like you're the perfect guy for it. When you looked him up, you must have thought, "Oh, I got to do this," right?
Well, yeah. I mean, first and foremost, when I read that script, I was like, "This is just an unbelievable story. I got to do this," you know. And then, as an actor, in this order, this is what you look for. The story, what comes off the page, because it all starts on the page. And this is just an extraordinary story. Then, who's making it? You've got an Academy Award nominee in Rod Lurie, phenomenal director, wonderful producers. So, Bob Isley wrote the script and did a phenomenal job. So all the ducks lined up, and to have a great true story where, I thought it was, I called it first, I was like, is this real? I mean, well, because 59? What are you talking about?
I had to look it up too.
I played football. I was the captain of my football team, and I still hurt from that, just from playing Division I high school football.
Hurts to think about, right?
I'm like, once in a while I get up a certain way. But we all also wake up, any of us who suffered and played, we all go like, "Oh man, I'd love to," when you're watching football on TV, you're like, "I could have made that play." You know what I mean? We all do that, right? And for Mike to actually go ahead and do it, I was like, "Oh man, I'm down. I got to do this."
Yeah, absolutely. Well, speaking of which, my co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys, caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame.
Crazy.
And we got to ask you, because this is the 50th anniversary of the Hail Mary, your Hail Mary moment, the moment in your life or career you just kind of had to go for and it worked out for you.
I've been fortunate enough to have a few, I call them red flag events, those moments where just a turning point in your life happened. Probably the biggest turning point came later in life for me, when I won the Emmy and the Golden Globe and everything for The Shield. That year, the year 2002, was just an extraordinary whirlwind, just a life-altering time. I could go back to my first break in film, or my first television series. Or there's been a lot of firsts, and honestly, really, really, the greatest first in my life was getting married and having my children.
That's right.
Those are my best.
The biggest
firsts.
Hail Marys.
Yeah, the biggest. But if you're going to talk career, The Shield.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was something special.
Well, I love your focus and the way that you do things. What is it that you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path? Is it a mantra, or is it
I'm
your
going to
faith?
quote my friend Tom Brady.
All right.
Sorry, I know I'm in Dallas.
Hey, that's all right. We'll take it.
I'm from New England, and I'm a huge. My dog's name is Tom Brady. I'm not kidding you.
You can't not love Tom Brady.
And I don't call him Tom, and I don't call him Brady. I call him Tom Brady because I love seeing people's faces when I go, "Make a potty, Tom Brady." Come on.
I love it.
But they asked Tom once in an interview, "What's your favorite championship?" And without missing a beat, he went, "The next one." And I just like that. I've never been. I think life really, I'm going to get a little philosophical with you now because I'm a Greek and we're philosophical by nature. It's just true. I think we divide our time in life between periods of experience and periods of reflection. I think most of your life should be spent experiencing and creating memories and learning. And then you need to sit and reflect and understand what you went through and what it meant to you, what things you got right, what things you got wrong, and then move on. And whether that's 80-20, 90-10, somewhere there. It shouldn't be 50-50.
right.
Shouldn't spend too much time sitting around contemplating the universe. You drive yourself crazy. Do, and then go, all right, what was that? Make sure you understand it and move forward. But I always love when you accomplish something, again, reflect on it, figure out what you glean from it, and then go for the next thing. Go
That's
for
right.
it.
That's right.
The next one.
That's right. I love that. Well, hey, so speaking of which, what advice would you give to those actors that want to follow in your footsteps and do what you do so well?
Well, if there's any profession that requires your perseverance, it's this profession.
Yeah.
And I know we live in the time of AI and people are really worried and nervous about that, but it's being an actor, the very thing that makes us the most vulnerable is the thing that protects us from AI, because AI is not a human, and we are in the humanities, and it will never replace humankind.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, last thing, what do you want us to take away from this movie? Because there's so much going on here.
From this movie?
Yeah.
It's never too late for you. And you don't have to go back to college and play football at 59 to make that true. There's a lot of things that we hold in our hearts that we want to be redeemed for, we want a second chance at, or that we feel maybe it's too late to fix or to make a new future. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
You just have to put one foot in front of the other and make it happen. Just decide and take a step toward it every day. It's perseverance.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate
Cheers.
it. Well, we're so excited to be here with you because
thanks.
You're the guy. You're the
Well,
and what a story. I've seen the movie. It's fantastic. You got to be so proud right now, right?
Yeah, I really am. I guess I'm more excited for the people that haven't seen it
Yeah.
that are going to have an opportunity to see it. And so I think the greatest compliment for me is for other people to talk about it, not having read about it somewhere, but to say, hey, so-and-so called me and said I have to go see this movie. So that word of mouth advertising for me that's the dog that hunts.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, also to see Michael play you, he's a fantastic actor. That's an honor too, right?
Oh yeah, it was what I think the greatest honor for me was something that people will never see. And it was behind the scenes. And we were there for 52 days during the filming.
Yeah.
And Michael was a mentor to we had so many great young actors in this movie. And you would just not believe how much time that Michael spent off camera talking to them, coaching them, answering their questions, giving them examples, critiquing them in a kind way that made our movie what we have today. And so it was such an honor to have him part of the whole set, the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy story because I had to look it up to see if it was true, and that's got to be what a lot of people say to you, right?
Yeah.
How is this true? But you did it.
Yeah, it was. I was in fitness throughout most of my life, and I had this philosophy about training my athletes. I never asked them to do something I wasn't willing to do myself, and so when I got out of coaching, I kept going.
Yeah.
I never stopped, and it was because when you're 59 and coach says, "Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to make the team at linebacker," if you're not ready, you're not going to get ready. But I was ready, by the grace of God, I was ready. I didn't have any injuries when I was young that I had baggage I had to carry back. So when I put that helmet on, I was ready to go. But I'd never played football in a 59-year-old body before, and that
it hurt, right?
Yeah, oh my God! I just didn't think there was going to be enough ice in Alpine, Texas.
Man, that's amazing. And so people will find this inspirational. And what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about going back to doing something that they really love?
Oh, it's been an honor to me for guys would walk up and shake hands with me, and I'd have to ask them their name, and they'd tell me their age and things that they were starting to do because I went back to play. And I hope that my story is a springboard for so many people out there that may be thinking it's too late, that maybe they have to completely forget about that, but dust it off, reevaluate it. And maybe it's like I knew I couldn't change the past, but I thought if I can do something now and change the meaning of the past, then for me, that takes the weight off. And so there's a lot of different ways for people to deal with issues in their lives. Like for me, it was daddy issues with my dad, and everybody's got them, daddy issues. And so I was able to get all that reconciled before my dad died. So, you know, those type things are things that I hope that people are able to take out of the movie and apply in their lives and the lives of everyone that they touch.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You know, my co-host is Drew Pearson, caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame, and this is the 50th anniversary of the Hail Mary. So we got to ask you, your Hail Mary moment, the moment in your life or career you just kind of had to go for it and it worked out for you.
Well, you know,
It's probably this, right?
you know, that this is something I never dreamed about.
Yeah.
Never hoped or thought that would ever happen. And so for me, it's for this movie to be the little guy that goes in and knocks all these big guys out and takes over that #1 spot, and it's simply because people love it. Simply because people love it and they want everybody else to see it. And so that's what that would be the Hail Mary moment for me, is for it to do something that no one ever thought was possible for it to happen. So we'll see.
What do you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path always? Is it a mantra, or is it your faith, or what is it?
Oh, it's my faith. Yeah, all those monsters get behind Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there you go. I love it.
No, it's my faith.
That's amazing. Last thing, what do you want people to get out of this? Because, I mean, it seems obvious, but you never know. You may have more insight on this.
Yeah, you know, don't wait until something is a memory to appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, there were so many things that went on that were negative, but I refuse to allow it to keep me from rejoicing in everything that I was doing, because I didn't want to look back and say, oh my gosh, that was incredible. So don't let it become a memory before you rejoice in it. And people never say we're walking out of time or we're jogging out of time. We're running out of time. You know, that time is our greatest asset. Don't waste it.
You got to be so proud of this one, right?
We love this film. I mean, I think this film was picked by the Angel Guild, like all of our films are, but when you see a film like The Senior that has the sports and the inspiration, that's all connected, and the Guild kind of rallies behind it, puts their muscle behind it, it gets really exciting for Angel, because we want to deliver for our audience.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Angel Guild is such a cool thing. How do people get involved in this?
First off, the Angel Guild is easy to join. You literally go to angel.com. You'll find all these different prompts to join the Guild, and it's a perfect way to live, as the Harmons say, on the other side of the camera, right? Because the Harmons and all of us at Angel and all the members of the Guild, we get to actually be a part of the filmmaking process. We get to say what we want to see greenlit versus just a room of executives that are just saying that for all the audience to hear. So it's a great opportunity for anyone that wants to join the Guild. When you join, you pay whatever deal you get coming in, a monthly membership fee. You get to vote early. You get to see things like The Senior months and months before and vote and say, this is an Angel movie. This is what we think Angel should be distributing. And when you get millions of people that are gathering together doing that, we get a force for the theatrical release and then for the streaming window that is awesome to witness.
So say someone's a great writer, director, they got a story to tell, they want to get it to you, they want to get it out in the world. How in the world do they do it?
I mean, first off, you can visit angel.com/filmmakers, and it goes through the entire process of what a filmmaker wants to do and should do. And we lay out exactly what we want our filmmakers focused on. Specifically, if they can put a 5 to 7 minute concept piece together, not a sizzle or a trailer, but like an actual scene from your movie. It doesn't have to be with their final actors. It doesn't even have to be perfectly polished. But you get that in front of the Guild as your first step to see, am I going in the right direction? As a producer myself that has made several movies and has worked with a lot of screenwriters, it's really critical to have some guardrails to work within, because we can get way beyond ourselves in creative, right?
Yeah.
What the Guild does is it helps kind of harness the creative activity and give actual meaningful comments back and forth between the filmmakers as well as the audience that's watching it. And so imagine being a filmmaker and being able to have your project thrown out to 1,000 different people or 500 different people or 2,000 people, and they tell you what they think about your movie.
Yeah.
And then you get to dialogue with them.
Yeah.
It's an incredible technology that Angel has put its finger on, and it has the pulse of the audience right now. And it's the audience that wants projects that amplify light, excellent films that amplify nobility and loveliness and authenticity. These are the things that Angel stands for.
That's beautiful. And so we got to ask you, I know we touched on it before, but my co-host Drew Pearson caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame, and it's the 50th anniversary of the Hail Mary. So what was your Hail Mary moment, either with this film or just otherwise?
Honestly, I think being able to get on a phone call with Jordan Harmon, it was about 2 years ago, there was an opportunity that I had to jump on a phone call with Jordan. And Jordan and I connected at a deeper level for my movie Sight that came out back in 2024, right? And it was making a complete change in the direction that I was going with that movie and bringing it to Angel, which was a brand new company. There was no theatrical releases when Jordan and I were talking. This was before His Only Son, before Sound of Freedom. That moment defined what would become my coming on board to help run acquisitions and business affairs and all the films that we see in television shows. I'm running the department that helps us kind of think through what to do with projects that pass the Guild. It was total amazing moment.
That's awesome. Well, last thing, what do you want people to get out of this film? Because it seems obvious, but it's even deeper than we think.
Listen, I'm going to speak right to you.
Do it.
Okay? Here it is. The Senior is a movie about second chances. Don't we all need a second chance? Angel believes in nobility, loveliness, admiration. And there's something powerful when you can sit before a story and understand that lots of people have things from their past. We all have things that we kind of want to forget about. But this movie is about someone who had to face his past to be able to push forward and get a second chance so that he could live his best future possible. You're going to love The Senior. It's full of action, it's full of depth, it's full of everything that you could possibly think of. So that's part of the piece that The Senior delivers is second chances happen, and it's inspiration for each of you.
Well, we are so excited to have you here at this premiere. I saw the movie already. It's really, really fun, like you said in your email. And
thank you.
And you got to be excited to finally unveil this to the world, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
that was a
crowd
binary
pleaser.
question.
Yeah, well, it's a crowd pleaser for sure, and I guess you'll see tonight that I think it's going to be cool to see how much it affects people.
Yeah. You know, what we have discovered is that people are really emotional after seeing this film. I mean, really, really emotional. And the reason that I think that is the case is that, how old are you?
50.
50.
Yeah.
And you're looking back on your life and you've made some mistakes, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you wish you could go back and fix them, right? Yeah, me too. And so when we, it's something we all encounter when we get to a certain age. So the movie's very relatable in that way. You go back and you fix something. And that's what Mike Flint was able to do. And it's really amazing when you talk to him, which you will, he'll tell you all about that. Like, man, I wish I could do things over again. I wish I could marry the right person, like I have now. Maybe I go to a different school. Maybe I try out for the football team when I didn't do it. And that's the beauty of this movie is that people get to live that through this guy.
Well, you've always been such a good storyteller, and I think people look up to that and they go, see, that's what I want to do. He's a director. So what advice would you give to somebody that wants to follow in your footsteps?
To become a director?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, no. And I'm going to tell you why.
All right.
Because I don't need the competition.
I
don't need somebody else taking away my gigs. Well, that's quite a question because I don't really know. When I meet with young people, like I was just at the University of Georgia meeting with students, and they ask for advice. How do you become a director? Well, first of all, you have to really luck into the job. There are 350 movies made a year, something like that. So that's 350 jobs a year. And there's thousands and thousands of members of the DJ. Means a lot of people are staying home. So it's very, very competitive. So you should think twice before you get into it. Become an actor. There are many actors in movies. what I tell young people is they need to make short films. You know, no one's going to read your screenplay. Nobody. I repeat, nobody's going to read your screenplay. They don't have time for it. People don't want to do it, but they will watch your short film, especially if you go to a festival and win an award. And from there, you can become. That's how I became a director.
Yeah.
I made a short film. It won a bunch of awards. Got me my first gig.
Yeah. And all those years in Critics' Choice, you've done the work.
Well,
you've done the research.
it's interesting that you say that. One of the most important things in my life was being a film critic and creating the Critics' Choice Awards with Joey Berlin, and there was nothing I loved more than being a critic, going to see movies, and oh God, it was fantastic. I just don't think I was very good at it. You know, and I had to get a new gig.
This might pay more too.
Well, yeah, maybe. Some critics do really well. Yeah. But look, when I was a little boy, Paul, I loved movies. You know, I remember seeing Ben-Hur for the first time and realizing, oh my God, I love this so much. These are movies. And but I didn't realize that movies were made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know there was a director. I didn't know what a DP was. I didn't even know what actors were. I guess it was a little weird that the guy who's Moses is also in Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Okay. But I didn't know.
Yeah.
But so when I was a little kid, my heroes were film critics.
Yeah.
So I used to write when I was like 10, 11 years old to Judith Crist and to Pauline Kael and to Roger Ebert, and they all became my pen pals.
That's so cool.
And I became obsessed with all the different awards and so on. And so then I learned that you could become a director.
Yeah.
And I thought I'm going to do that via being a critic, and then I realized that was actually a big hurdle to get over.
Yeah. Sure it is.
Because people remember my reviews.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. I hope Michael was like, well, now hold on. What you said about Fantastic Four.
There was one case. I never reviewed that. There was one case where I was doing The Contender.
Yeah.
There's a famous actor who I wanted to have play Joan Allen's husband.
Yeah.
And so he invites me to have breakfast at the Peninsula Hotel, the most expensive hotel, right? So you've probably been there on junkets, right?
Yeah.
And so I go there, and this famous actor is having breakfast there, and he's already done with his meal. And I said, "Hey, you're already done with your meal?" And he goes, "Yeah, I don't want to have breakfast with you. I just want to tell you to fuck off."
Wow.
And then he read back a line to me that I had written, which is, if you could take someone's driver's license away for bad driving, why can't you take their SAG card away when they make a movie like this?
That's amazing.
Then he got up and he left, and I had to pay the bill.
Oh man.
But then he saw the movie, and he came to me at an awards dinner, and he shook my hand and he said, "You feel bad about the review you wrote?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Let's make the next one together."
Oh, that's awesome. Good. Well, of course I got to ask you. You know, my co-host is Drew Pearson. Caught the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
So we got to ask. It's the 50th anniversary of the Hail Mary.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. So we got to ask you your Hail Mary moment, the moment in your life or career you decided to go for it and it worked out for you.
What was my Hail Mary moment?
Yeah.
Well, gosh. There are so many of them. Well, when I made this independent film called The Contender, and there were a few companies that were interested in buying it.
Yeah.
And then we heard that Steven Spielberg's mother wanted to see the film. She had heard about it. And so we decided that we'd send her the film in the hopes that Steven would watch it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think anything would come of it. And we were told he was going to call me after he saw the movie. So I went home and told my then wife, "We're not going out tonight.
Gotta be by the phone."
Put on Schindler's List, because I wanted to hear it when in the background when he calls. But then he never called. And so I was devastated. I thought he hates the film. And then the next morning, the reason he didn't call is he wants to buy the movie for DreamWorks. They'd never done that before. And that totally changed my life. An ultimate Hail Mary.
That's incredible. Well,
But Drew Pearson is, to me, represents everything that is right about sports, period. Everything. This guy is, you know him well?
Oh yeah. We've been working together 13 years now.
But what do you guys do?
We co-host a show together.
About what?
About sports and entertainment. It's a mix.
He's a total, do you know sports really well?
Not as well as him, and he doesn't know entertainment as well. So he's the best.
He must be like 70 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a complete stud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's really amazing and one of my sports heroes.
That's
So
incredible.
please give him my best.
I will. Last thing, what do you hope that people will take away from this? Because there's so much to get out of it. And I know people will love it.
You want me to say into the
Yeah,
camera?
sure, whatever. Or to me.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
It's never, ever, ever too late. You know, when I was doing a movie called The Outlaws, my son died, and I was in the hospital room with him, and it was too late for him to have his dreams. And so I promised him that I'd only make movies from now on that mattered in some way, and it's never too late is an important message to get out, because you never know when you're going to go. So just always keep trying, you know?
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So we're excited for you. This movie is so good. I've already seen it, and you got to be so excited to unveil this to the world, right?
Man, this is crazy, bro. I'm just happy that it's actually happening, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy to be here. Thank you for that, too. I appreciate
Absolutely, yeah. And so what was it about this that just made you think, I got to do this?
it. You said one more time?
What was it about this film that made you think, I have to do this?
The director's giving me the role? Like, what? No, as an actor, man, you take what you can
Come
get.
on,
You know what I'm saying? But specifically, this came in a time where I really wanted it.
Yeah.
It actually happened during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I got the audition around that time, and 5 years later, we had the screening. So,
Good.
you know, we love a full circle moment.
I love that. What would you tell the kids that want to do what you do and do so well?
Keep God first.
Yes.
No matter what happens, no matter how hard life gets, no matter who tells you no, keep God first. There is nothing that you can't do. Do not give up, no matter how hard things get.
Yeah, love
Yeah,
it.
for
Thank
sure.
you so much. We're so excited to tell everybody to see this movie because I saw it and it's great.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize you at first, so I was like,
that's a
my
good
goodness,
thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we've talked before, so I was like, oh my gosh. So, it's got to be a great role for you.
Yeah, for sure. It's not something that I usually am thought of for, and I was happy to be thought of for. Because I love doing stuff like this, you know? The role called for a lot of scowling,
Yeah.
a lot of frowning,
Yeah.
a lot of head shaking, and I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
Really, one of the best scowlers out there.
You gotta love that. Well, you know, of course, we've seen such diversity in what you've done, and this is one of those examples. What kind of advice would you give to those actors that want to do what you do?
Easy. My advice to young actors is always to, one, hang up your wardrobe at the end of the day. Don't throw it on the floor, because people have to pick that up. And number two, give it 10 years. And if it doesn't work out, give it at least 10 more years. Then after that, 5 more years. And it's guaranteed to work out. You just got to put the time in. That's for real.
I love it. Are you a big football fan yourself?
I am, yeah.
All right, good. Who's your team?
I'm a New England Patriots fan.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So is Michael.
but I am mostly, mostly a football fan.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm in 3 fantasy teams.
Oh, nice.
So I'm mostly these days like rooting for individual players.
Yeah. Well, my co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys. Caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It's the 50th anniversary of the Hail Mary. So, what was your Hail Mary moment? The moment in your life or career you just had to go for it?
Oh man, my Hail Mary moment. I guess I was in college, and my acting teacher, and every actor has these gurus, right? Like this is your acting guru, and he asked me, and I'm doing a perfect impression of Ed Golden right now. He goes, "Rob, do you want to do this as a career? And I went, yeah, I think I do. And he goes, by the way, perfect impression. He goes, yeah, you can. So that was it. I was given permission, essentially, by Ed Golden.
You got blessed. All right. We got another. So what do you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path always? Because, we're creative types, we're hard on ourselves.
Oh, man, money.
Yeah.
I love it.
Gotta work.
I love money.
I love it. So what do you hope that people will get out of this movie? Because there's so much to get out of it.
I mean, it's one of those movies you're going to feel good leaving. Like, I always say that sports movies are a sure thing. Like, name a bad sports movie. The drama is literally built into a clock. So I can't think of anybody who wouldn't enjoy a movie like this.
Yeah, well, we're so excited to talk to you about this movie because it's so good. You got to be so excited to finally unveil this to the world, right?
Yeah, no, I am. Let me start with a great irony that Mike Flint and I played against the same junior college team the same year in 1966.
That's amazing.
Him in Texas, me in Pasadena, California. We both lost to that team, by the way.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, we didn't know each other, obviously. Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of people that are very excited about this film, and I've seen it. It's fantastic. What is it that you think will really, really connect with audiences here?
Well, I feel that, everybody's got a daddy story. Yeah. Everybody's got a good thing, a bad thing, a mixed thing. Mm-hmm. And this is a story about a man that was raised by an abusive father and yet found a way to make peace with the spirit of that father and also to become a better father to his own adult son. Yeah. And I think that's sort of the through line through the entire movie. And in the entertaining, clothing of an inspirational sports drama, where a 59-year-old guy goes back to play his senior year of college football as a linebacker, not as a kicker. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty amazing. So I think it'll be an entertaining movie. It's got, a really strong message about humanity and family, and I think it can really relate to a broad spectrum of people.
Yeah. Now you've written so many great things, of course, great debaters, you've worked at Cagney and Lacey, so many really, really cool things. A lot of people look up to your writing and they think, that's what I want to do. So much easier said than done. What kind of advice would you give to those writers that want to tell great stories?
I think the first thing is a writer must write. You have to have the discipline to actually create the work. Mm-hmm. And I think you also have to get it to people that you think have honest opinions about what you might need to work on. And if you can find somebody who's a mentor, sometimes that might be a junior college instructor who has a writing class. You may think that, well, guys are twerps at JC's, but hell, I went to a junior college, and then I went on to UCLA. And one of the first teachers that built me was a junior college English teacher. So, you just get people that really, you can bounce your work off who have knowledge, as well as family and friends. You need people that build you so you have the courage to face the blank page or the blank screen these days. But I think that the main thing is do the work. That's really necessary. And then listen to the feedback, rewrite your work, and make it as strong as you can. And then you have to find somebody who's connected to somebody in the industry. If that's what you want to do, you can also be a novelist and wanting to get published. In a whole different world. But unfortunately, for screen and television writers, you need to make those connections in this industry. And sometimes just knowing somebody who knows somebody can cause an introduction that can help you. Because I was not born to a Nepo family.
So we got to ask you, because my co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys, caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame. We like to ask people their Hail Mary moment, the moment in your life or career you just had to go for it and it worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for you?
Let's see, the Hail Mary moment was when I had overall deals at studios and my kids were, going into college and stuff, and I was asked they'd extend my overall deal if I took a show that I didn't want to take. And I said no to it, and I was now a freelancer again, and at a time when I had expenses. That was scary, but the show that they wanted me to take over, I didn't like, and you can't do things you don't like, So that was that was ultimately my Hail Mary moment. I'm glad I made the choice I did.
Good. Last thing, what do you want us to take away here? I mean, obviously it's never too late, but there's a whole lot more going on here. It's even deeper than that.
Well, you know, I think that takeaway from this event or from the movie?
From the movie.
From the movie. You know, I'd say that, you know, the idea of second chances, you know, is real important. The idea of redemption. There's a lot of chaos in America today and a lot of people butting heads. And I think we got to give each other a chance, and especially those that are so-called lesser than us, people that have suffered, or people that don't have the money we have, or maybe don't even come from our nation. You know, that if we can give second chances to people who are hardworking, good people in our lives and as a nation, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I also want to put in a plug, speaking of football.
Yes.
My grandnephew is the starting cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs, Trent McDuffie.
Wow, that's
two-time
amazing.
All-Pro, 2 rings, one of the really good people, and thought I'd mention that.
Well, we're honored to have you on with us
Thank you so
because
much.
I know you're doing really, really good work. Tell us a little bit about the foundation.
So, 3 of us got together. A guy named Roland Hansen, who created the name Windows for Microsoft. A guy in this problem, Coach Sean Slocum. His dad is R.C. Slocum. Used to run A&M.
Yep.
He's got a Super Bowl ring. He's at Arizona State. And myself, I run an executive search firm in sports, and I've been doing it. So I started the world of sports, plays every coach.
Yeah.
And so we thought we'd give back, do something. So we created the Gridiron Coaches Foundation. And so it's very similar to what we love about this new movie. And what it is that if you get hurt as a college player and you can't go forward and play anymore, you're like, what do you do?
Yeah.
You've lost your whole identity. You're now getting depressed. You don't do it. And so our foundation is trying now to stop and say, hey, what if we got you a chance to get back in the fight and actually get around the game you love, and I make you a coach. I get you in to start a new first-time coaching role. And so the problem is universities, because of all the NIL and all the things, they can't afford to have anybody.
That's right.
Our foundation's going to do it.
Oh, wow.
Because we believe that one coach changes 10,000 lives, right? And that the answer is, if someone gave one gift to us in this foundation, they could create a coach.
Yeah.
And so all these people need lives, and so we're just starting out, and we're trying to get sponsors, and we're trying to get known. And so our first 2 stay in the game, okay, these are stay in the game awards, so that's what we want coaches to do, stay in the game, are going to go to Mike Flint and Michael Chiklis. And I don't think they've ever had a trophy. And these trophies
love
are
it.
unbelievable.
And you have them here?
Yes, we're having here. We're going to do it
that's
after.
awesome.
So after the question
Yeah.
and answer, we're going to present these.
Do they know this? They don't know.
I don't know if they
this.
know.
Okay.
And it's so
We
good.
won't tell them.
And it's
All
so
right.
good. And so it's going to be fun to do it. And so we just started, and all we care about, today, the problem is today, families aren't teams.
Yeah.
And so what if we got our team and our family together, we all prayed together, we all talked together, we helped each other. I mean, we have 70% of men in the country who never had their dad say, I love you. And so we're flipping the script here. And so what we're going to try to do is now get people to stop that, right? Create a new habit, do something together. And so I think this movie, Zig Ziglar's in our area. He was in my neighbor. He was one of my neighbors, and Tom Ziglar's one of my greatest friends.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Zig used to say that only the inspired in life inspire, and inspiration fuels passion. And passion wins the game, wins the battle, wins the campaign, of course, wins the girl.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
You'll like this. My co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys.
I love Drew. Drew knows me.
You know that. So we got to ask you your Hail Mary moment, the moment in your life or career you just had to go for it, worked out for you.
So when I first got into search, my dad started the executive search industry in 1967. I was a brand manager and got into search at a young age where everybody else was, older because they were more consultants. And I did 10 years. And then I sat one time and I said to my dad, I should do what I love and what I'm great at. And he goes, what are you talking about? And I said, well, if I do a search for like a president of a manufacturing company, at the end of the search, I get a tour of the plant. Yeah. But if I did the head of marketing for the NBA, we get All-Star Weekend. And my dad laughed. And he says, has anyone ever done a search in the pros or college? No. And he says, well, you can't give up what you want. So I wrote a book called The Power of Who.
Yeah.
That you already know everyone you need to know.
Yeah.
And so if you and I are friends, and I asked you for help, would you help me?
Of course.
Why would you deny me the same joy of helping you? Because we don't like to ask.
Yeah.
And so, the 3 reasons kids don't find their dreams today is the 3 reasons they don't find their dream: they don't ask, they ask the wrong who, and they're vague. And so my dream was to do something, and my opening search was the commissioner of baseball where I placed Bud Selig. That's only a God moment. That's a Hail Mary. That's a Drew Pearson, because there's nothing I could do that could possibly have gotten me any of that. And the rest of all my greatest searches is because of great friends right? 'Cause
That's right.
We've been taught friends in business are taboo. So let me get this correct. We're supposed to work with a bunch of people who don't know you, don't trust you. And so the top 1% of the country, they do everything with friends and family.
Yeah.
You know what they told us to do? Get in line and online. We ain't doing that.
Yeah, I love that.
And so our friends can help you. Dads can help their kids. They've been told all the wrong things, and so I'm trying to flip the script.
I love that. What do you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path always?
So I wrote a book called Two Chairs. Okay, one for you, one for God. You meet them first thing in the morning. When I was young, my mom, okay, I went to her to talk about goals and dreams, or what do I do in times of trouble? How would I find my mate? And she said, those are really good questions. I don't have the answer. And she goes, but I know who does. So she said, I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and this will point you in the right direction. So my book's about 3 questions and then 7 things to do in a time of trouble. So here's the question. So I bring people in to my office who are the biggest stars in the world. They're trouble. They're totally disasters. And I say to them, okay, so I'm not going to talk about my book, The Power of Who. I'm going to talk about 2 chairs. And I said, so can I ask you 3 questions? You can't get mad at me. You're going to have to get mad at my mom. And of course, they think that's funny. And then I say to them this, and this is what changed my life. Does God know your situation? Yes. Not only does he know, but he wants you to know he knows. And the highest priority in a crisis is to get your mind above it. Question number 2, is it too hard for him to help you? No, but it's too hard for you. Third question, does he have a good plan for you? Yes. What is it? That's right, you have no idea. Pull up a chair. A head coach the other day, head coach came up to me the other day and said, this is the greatest book I've ever read. I said, really? Thank you. And he says, I've been doing 22 years of quiet time with God. I just never knew I was the one who's supposed to be quiet.
Wow.
So what if we could sit with the guy who created the whole world and he talked to you? We hear the enemy talking in our ear every day, but if we hear God once, we're schizophrenic. So this is the craziest thing in the world. So what I'm trying to do is to remind people, he's not mad at you, he makes no mistakes, he loves you, he'd like to talk, and then everything shifts. So you could be sitting, if you had Warren Buffett come over to your house, you'd be ready with coffee and talk. But if you have, but the guy who created the whole world's already waiting for you.
That's right.
It's a big deal. So when I flip that, I do that every day. And if you seek him every day, then all these other things are added unto you.
That's right. So what kind of advice would you give to somebody that wants to change their path? Because I think you've got the answer to this.
So the whole path aspect of this is 2 chairs. Sitting with the guy who created the world. He knows you, he loves you, he has plans for you, and they're so much bigger than you can possibly imagine. If you would take a moment, if there was a 1% chance that the guy who created the whole world would meet you, would you go? That's the question. And I can change your life. If you would do a 40-day challenge of getting up first, don't go in and read a devotional. I want you to sit and talk. Don't read, like if you're reading my book, you're not going to read my book while I talk to you. So I love the Bible. Just put that aside and talk to him. Lay down your cares, sit down and talk to him. Okay? All of a sudden have a moment and then sit back and listen. You get 1 minute to talk, he gets 4. If you want 2, he gets 8. And so he's got plans for you today. What are they? It's going to change the entire trajectory of your life.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
God bless
Appreciate you.